In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so, hello. I am Havrd. This is Oblivion, and with me is Noob Salmon.
Hello.
A very good friend of mine that came in on short notice. So we're just gonna have fun and play two categories of Oblivion. We're gonna play any percent, and we're gonna play no Dragonfire skip. We're gonna do them both after one another. But we're gonna do no Dragonfire skip first.
Yeah,
But-
that's more fun than any percent, so...
That's not true. I disagree. Yeah, so we're gonna have to confirm our character. Steve, thank you for the dono. And yeah, we want to be a red guard, but we'll change that in like a minute, I swear. And then we just do some stuff, and then time will start when I press continue here. There's a lot of things that's gonna happen at the start here, but we're gonna have to make a save in a chair and clip through some walls, and hopefully Salmon will help me explain that while we start. So
yeah, try my best.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and go. So
Alright, so
yep. Go ahead.
just binding some spells, and then I'm gonna make a save at the chair, which is gonna be relevant soon, but it doesn't make any sense now, so...
Yeah. So
But it's for a cool trick later on.
yeah. So I'm trying to make a save by a wall, and then loading out the game and then reloading it. Which the character loads in before the walls do, so I can move through walls this way. So the start of the run is gonna be skipping the tutorial by doing this. And yeah, someone noted that I made a save in a chair. That's for a glitch I found called Saddle Skedaddle, where we will teleport with sitting in chairs, pretty much. We'll get to it very soon. But right now we're just making some saves, doing some setup for a bunch of stuff to skip most of the tutorial. This being one of the hardest clips in the game. And where every run of no Dragonfire skip and any percent dies. And it's very precise.
Yeah, you have to kinda go through that door and immediately load the game, and that makes the clip work.
Okay, we got there, very cool.
Really cool. But you also need to be under the map, so it upwarps you. And if it doesn't work, then you just fall out of bounds infinitely.
So what we just did, we load warped, which is a glitch, and we saddle skedaddled, which is another glitch. So now we're out of bounds, and we got refreshed our racial skill called Adrenaline. I can't even start to explain what both do, but we need to explain both load warping first, at least.
Yeah, so load warping, what it does is that if you pause the game and load a save at the same time when you pass a loading zone, then it loads your character and also the area with it, so you can just teleport your character through that save.
Pretty much time travel through doors.
Yep, you just skip areas with that, and also you skip backtracking later on. But here it's combined with schedule that when you sit on a chair and load warp, it actually also transfers your coordinates in that cell to the other cell, so it actually puts you in a very specific spot.
Yeah.
So Havrd could just be on the top of the map and runs faster, run faster that map. So
yeah. So we did way more stuff. We're skipping a fighting sequence with the I don't know, the Emperor Man and his guards. We don't want to save them. I'm now arrow duping. If I punch and equip arrows, and then I need to do it correctly though. If I punch while having arrows equipped and drop a scroll, they get duped. So I do that to get 2 sets of different stacked scrolls, and now we just load warp back to where we were. It's very confusing in the start, so we're gonna get there. But now I have 2 stacks of different sized scrolls, and these guys are done fighting, so we skipped them fighting now by doing what we did. If I look upwards and drop stacks of scrolls while equipping them, we dupe them. So we do this to get some stuff later, so we don't have to ever, you know, farm for resources or...
And it's also gonna do some lockpick, so we don't do actually the lockpick minigame, we just force lock the doors every time.
Yeah.
He can help us. He must help us. They cannot.
So he talks about how something, I have no idea about the lore, I'm so sorry, but I actually do not care. Something, he's an emperor, and he's sad. We need to make him walk, because that is what his script wants to do, but we don't care, because we go away again. This will teleporting to the end of that cell, by doing the same thing again, by waiting on the other side of this door with the key thing, load warping. I'm sorry that it's confusing, but this game is totally destroyed.
Yeah, it just skips the lot of fighting and walking and scripted stuff that we don't want.
Yeah, this also is a slower RTA than what you would do. Like if I wanted to just do fast for marathon, this is slower. But for the actual strats that the run does, this is faster. If that makes any sense.
It's also cooler, so
yeah. So we just refreshed our racial. Because we were away and we're a different character than we used to be. Except we're the same character. Make sense?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, just went back time. It's just possible in this game apparently. So.
Yeah. We are a time-traveling Steve. We're trying to clip through the wall here, and then this whole area is going to be skipped, and the Emperor is going to be over here. There's the assassins, they're not aggro, and we just leave. So we don't have to do anything. We want to aggro them to save like a second over here. So the Emperor is gonna die. Spoilers. Except we're gonna save the Emperor. A month ago, or a bit more than that, I found a way to actually save the Emperor. Oh, I have bounded stuff weird. That's fine. There. So this is an assassin. He kills the Emperor. He's dead now. So he can't kill the Emperor.
I'll let you live.
But this guy, Boris, he's gonna be like, please don't do this again.
No.
So now he thinks the Emperor is dead. And we say, oh yeah, the Emperor is totally dead and he gave us a thingy, a MacGuffin. So now we go away and do the quest. The Emperor is not dead. Cool. So now we leave and the Emperor is dead, right? Everyone agrees? Great.
Yeah. Makes sense. Also, you don't get the amulet actually, but the quest, and that's all that matters for you to not soft-log the whole game. Yeah. Because that also makes sense.
Yeah, so we are swimming down into nothingness, and it's gonna pop us up, hopefully, right before the ending. So we're gonna make a save here. Because this is where... no. Glad I made a save.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a save there because we need to change both our gender and our race. It actually does save. Oh my god, amazing, great. So very Steve cool. Is now a woman, and a high elf because that's faster.
Yeah, for the beginning, Red Guard is actually faster, but on the long run, the high elf female is the fastest character because that's the tallest character, and for some reason the tallest characters in this game are the fastest. So
also in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Maybe also Morrowind.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure. So we're waiting for a drug dealer. We need to buy drugs. That's going to be important because Steve is a very drug addicted person.
What?
Or not yet.
What can
very
I
soon.
interest you in?
So we give him some chameleons because chameleons are like the currency in Tamriel, right? Yes.
And
I trade in chameleons all day. So now we have some skooma. But we only have 2 potions of skooma. So that's like nothing. That lasts for like nothing. But luckily, we can just drop some chameleons on our skooma, and now we have more drugs. So now we just drop even more and more and more and more until we can't carry anymore. But I need to do one more dupe, please. There. And now we just bind that, and then we're really happy. I need to bind this again. This happened last time as well. Okay, so what we do now is that we drink 4 skooma. It gives us movement speed, as you can see. And when we drink 4 We will.
I'm brother.
I got it. If you can try to explain it, the stacking.
Yeah, so what happens is that the game lets you drink 5 skooma at the same time until it depletes, but there's a way to bypass that. If you drink 4 from the hotkey and 4 from the inventory, you can drink 8 skooma at the same time, and it just boosts your speed and also your strength, so you can carry all this stuff.
Yeah.
And pretty much that's gonna be the theme of the run.
I just did something bad, but it's okay. I was supposed to make a quick save before sitting in this saddle, but it's fine. I can just leave like that again. Everything's okay. Yeah, so we can stack 5. I just did that there on purpose, but normally I would want to do it 8 times, like that. And now we run at max speed.
Yeah, because in short distances, you actually just waste time opening up the menu, so you can just do 5 for that, and this makes more sense.
Yeah. So we're about to do the first, I don't know, the Eye of Sauron in the city of Squash. So I actually think I messed up a bit there, so I'm gonna wait and do the jump that way. So we just skip this gate section. I have no idea how to do that casually. Why is that triggered already? That's weird. Okay, so this is like a big tower section thing, and we need to fight enemies and run around. Except we don't at all. We load the save where we sat on the bench, and now we're out of bounds and done with the dungeon. And we unlock the door at the very top, but we are not the character that was in the dungeon, so we need to go back and become that character that opened the door earlier, because if not, we're not in the dungeon. Does that make sense? Me neither.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so now now we time traveled back to the future, and now we're the correct character again.
Yeah, that's why I needed to do the lockpick minigame again at that door, because it just was the past character.
Yeah, we will see that lockpick minigame maybe again, potentially, possibly. Maybe even that specific door, but who knows? Right, so that the Sauron is dead, so now we go talk to this guy. I don't know why he's still here when Sauron is dead, but we need to save a dude now.
Martin Septim, the son of Uriel, who died, voiced by Sean Bean, by the way.
Wait, is this not? Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, that's that makes fights easier.
Yeah, having the correct spellbound. This. Oh my god.
So you need to kill the enemies here, so actually Martin will talk to you and forward the quest.
Yeah, so this is Martin. Grey robe man.
I heard it.
Yeah, cool story. Now we just go to where, I don't know, somewhere we made a save earlier. There. So we're just gonna travel through saves a lot. Get used to that.
Yeah, basically load warping is just teleporting through these saves, so they don't have to go backtracking and fast traveling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we just open here. There's nothing here, right? Good, perfect. I agree. Because the game is about to ask us to go and check that spot. But we'll be like, what do you mean? I just did.
Hell?
No.
By the nine divine.
Perfect.
Yeah, because the amulet is technically stolen, but technically you don't have the amulet, but whatever.
Yeah.
And
the Emperor is totally dead, except he never died, except we had the amulet, except we never had the amulet and never gave it to this guy, even though he thinks we gave it to him. Yes, makes perfect sense. Also, what? Why are you here? Perfect. No, the door. Okay, great. Right, so now we go to like the main hub of the game, I guess. One of the main hubs. Who knows? And we're gonna make a save in here. So the saddle glitch that makes us teleport when we do the load warp, that also works with horses. That's why I named it Saddle Skedaddle, because it was funny. Right, so they're gonna do like a bunch of speeches and some ceremonial stuff. So while that's happening, we're gonna do every late game quest, pretty much. And we're doing them now, and we're doing them totally out of order. So we're going to a place with a woman called Umbra with a sword called Umbra, and to steal it to do one of the very last quests in the game. Great.
Yeah, because you need to have a Daedric item, and you need to have. I think you need to be level 20 for this, but
Yeah,
this
something
specific item is kind of glitched, and you can get it early.
So once again, instead of doing a dungeon, we're just gonna clip out of bounds and fly to the end and get the item, and then load warp back again. That's gonna be the theme of everything always.
Shall feed.
Right, so I bound it on 2. I usually bind it on 1. 'Cause I'm very smart. Great. So now we're gonna load warp back to the dungeon we were just in, so that we don't have to backtrack out again. Right, so we're just gonna load the save that was there that has the sword. So now we're here with the sword, and then we leave again. Right, I get that it's really confusing, but this is... I should probably kill this guy. This is a thing in... Oh, right, so I just drank 5, so now we're slow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to wait for it to deplete.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
It's very painful, especially when you point out that you did something bad. Don't do that. Except when you think it's funny. Right, so we talk to the guy and he's like, oh yeah, right, you're level 20? Great. And then we talk to this dog's ass, and that's the only way this works. And I'm not joking. There. Cool. Oh
Yeah,
no,
talking
no. Right, this is why I had to kill the guy. This is why my route is bad.
I think if you quick save, quick
Yeah.
load, it should fix it, but
Doesn't with this for some reason.
okay.
This,
Yeah,
Stupid
the
man.
scams are kind of
Yeah.
bad and following you all the way, even though you passed them, but
yeah, I thought I had
It's fine.
killed them both. But that's fine. Right, so now we go to the other late game quest, where we get a stone, a crystal thing. And these are just
Okay.
MacGuffins that Martin will need.
yeah, the Great Welcome Stone, and it's actually an intended break because you can get it anytime during your playthrough and during the late game, and it's actually relevant. Martin have another dialogue option that says that you already have that, so
Yeah.
you can get it anytime.
Very, very convenient. So we're just gonna do it now while Martin is like having a speech or whatever. So it's very handy. And once again, usually you would have to like do stuff, but we're just gonna look at this wall, leave again, load, and now we're out of bounds. Very, very convenient. And then we will grab it and leave. And then the worst or best quest of the game begins. Books.
Yeah, book collecting is
Yeah.
kind of fun.
So this is that. MacGuffin acquired, and we go to the temple, where we haven't been yet, except our like fake ourselves is here, just to be at the door. Does that make sense? Our previous not
Yep.
self is here, making us go through the door. But we are the guy with the crystal now.
Not much of...
Makes perfect sense. Right, so he had a speech,
Don't
and
worry.
everyone
You have proven-
agrees about what's happening. Great.
Give-
Right, so now we need to gather books to find evil people or something. There's a guy called Mankar, and he has books about evil. And we will find him and kill him later, but this is what we're doing. So we kill this random civilian, and then Boris is really happy about that. He's the guy that thinks the Emperor is dead. That's the same guy. The guy that was standing in front of the Emperor while the Emperor was alive but dead? Yes, him. So now we just go around and gather books from stupid people. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, we go to Tarmina. She has the second book. You need to wait for her to show up actually, and actually, and I'm not sure if in this run the in-game timer matters too much. But
It matters quite a bit.
yeah, because
So-
there will be a in-game timer specific thing later on.
Yep.
So we have to line things up now.
But it kind of doesn't work all the time, maybe. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out perfectly, always fine. But if it doesn't, it was probably planned. So we make a save at this door because that's also important later, maybe for the thing he tried to explain. Yep, perfect. So again, there's another guy with a book, but he will sell it, but not to us because he doesn't like Steve. But we will go and grab it from the guy that will buy it in 2 seconds when we are outside this door. So we will enter the place again, and then leave again. And oh, this guy just bought the book that we talked to the guy about. So now we have that book. Perfect. Oh, I ran out. Oh. Awkward. That's fine. So we can't move or like fast travel when we have too much equipment load or whatever. And we have too much equipment load because we're carrying like 5 billion drugs. Right? So we have to drink drugs so that we can carry all the drugs. Does that make sense? I'm sorry if that makes no sense.
Yeah, the movement management is really dependent on the how you use skooma at certain points in the run.
So we'll sit in this chair and make a save in this chair, and then quick save back to where we just were. But now we have a save in that chair, and that's very important because the save in that chair will totally break a place called Paradise, which is at the end of the run. And now Boris is here. Who knows how he got here, but he's here now. And then we will have a meeting with a guy with a book.
Good.
Oh, I hope that worked. If that didn't work, then that makes sense. Please. So then we're just trying to clip out of bounds here. This guy has our book. My book. We were supposed to like have a meeting with him and have this whole big cutscene thing, but that takes time. And that's the only thing we don't have. Right, so we will load warp away again. And now we are done, hopefully. And if done correctly, the timer is correct. If not, we're gonna have to wait a bunch of time. Damn it.
Yeah, so
I just missed it.
Yeah, I just missed it. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you have to wait. I think it's between 11:30 and.
I think it's 12 and I think it's 12 and 12 like 10 no 12:40 or whatever. I'm not sure though. It's something around there at least.
Yeah, so it's a very small time window that you need to get here because the statue reveals the secret location of the assassins, and it's that's why you needed to line up the in-game timer for this, and it's kind of awkward, but it should be fine now.
It's not fine yet. Gonna have to travel a bit more. This happens sometimes, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's like the last thing that needed for the in-game timer, and after that you just don't need to worry about it.
Perfect. So now we know that in this cave, Mankar is. And he has the book that is like the real evil book. The other ones are just like, you know, small Horcruxes, you know, like Harry Potter. Right? Like
same thing.
Yeah, we're going to get the big Horcrux or something. I don't even know if there was a big Horcrux in Harry. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. We're time traveling high elf. Used to be Redguard. Right. So in this cave, Mankar and his minions, and what's the main boss again? Big Devil Man.
Mehrunes Dagon.
Yeah, Mehrunes Dagon. These are his minions. Oh god damn it.
Dawn.
No! I don't.
So yeah, you're supposed to kind of blend in and be
one of them.
Agent here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Who's there?
Yeah, just kill that guy and get the key and just get on.
Yeah. Right. So Mankar will be here, and the Mysterium Xarxes, like the big Horcrux. Please. Uh-oh. There, now we got that. Evil demon book. We should really kill this guy for safety. Perfect. And we're gonna make a hard save for extra super safety. Because I don't want anything bad to happen again more. Sometimes the game will think you're in combat forever if you don't do it in certain ways, and it's really annoying. And then I would have to go back and kill everyone. Also, I needed to be in that room, didn't I? Yeah, perfect. So now we have the book, and now he's like, oh, cool.
I hope to.
But I heard about that people are spying on us or something. I still don't understand this part of the... Where did he go? Oh, he's over there. Usually when I do runs, he is by the door, which is nicer. Right, so apparently there's some spies that are spying on us. I don't even know what we are or what we do, but we're in a temple and there are spies. Make sense? Great. We're gonna make a save at this church because we're gonna be here later. That means our old self that we just made a save of will be able to, you know, time travel thing. I hope you guys understand. It's really confusing. It's just a bunch of chair sitting and time travel. Right, so there's gonna be some spies in a house and we need to kill them to figure out what they learned of us, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
For Lord.
I love it. The sound is so amazing. Whoa! Time travel, exactly. And then we go back again, so we don't have to like actually backtrack anywhere. We just always time travel. But we grabbed something and something about what they are doing to us. Who actually knows or cares?
Yeah, all the thing matters is just advances the main quest, and
yeah,
you can move on.
What have
so Joffrey teleporting.
I will send word to the council.
Sometimes we can get Joffrey to do something really weird. Oh no, he's here. Damn it. Oops. No, I will give it to you. Thanks.
Farewell, my friend. Man, I've just.
Right, okay, so now the town we were just in, that the spies were in, like the main town of the game or whatever, this town. That town just had like this Eye of Sauron appear again. So now, because we are the hero of Destiny, are coming to save the day, right? Because we have already destroyed one, right? Right. So we're gonna go in here and do a bunch of combat and stuff.
Yep, exactly, it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah. So, to do that, we're gonna load the save that I made in the other door in the other Eye of Sauron. There's apparently many Saurons. And then we load warp the character inside Eye of Sauron, yeah? And now we are here with the lock again. Like I said, we will do this again. We auto-tempt the lock a bunch. And now Sauron is dead again.
Yep. And that's it for the second Oblivion gate.
It was an honor.
I don't even have words to explain. But I've tried to look at the script to see how it works, because there's been like some contradiction in the community on how it works, but it's really stupid. That's all I can say.
Yep.
I figured.
Yeah, so we just did that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, cool. I need like armor or something." Where is he? So the run has been a bit weird. So people are not where I usually have them in a run, but that's fine.
It's just they walk around a lot, and you kind of have to wait for them normally to be in the same place all the time, but sometimes that doesn't work, so...
Yep. So we are going to a place called Sancretor. Sancretor has the armor of, like the, I don't know, forefather of the guy... both those, yeah, both these people. In the No Out of Bounds, the most popular category of the game, you can skip the dungeon, but in a really horrible way. In No Dragonfire, skip the one we're doing, we don't have that problem at all. We will just fly out of bounds. So that's...
Yeah, because the problem here is that the armor is behind like a barrier, like a magic barrier, and in No Out of Bounds, obviously that's not allowed to clip through, but here you can just kind of clip into that room where the armor is, so you don't have to walk through the whole section with the ancient blades, the skeletons and stuff, so it just skips all of that.
So again, the way we clip is that we make a save, and we just made a save here. I'm just stopping to explain a bit. We make a save, and then we quit the main menu, and then we reload the game. So now the game needs to reload everything, but we load in first, before the walls do. Right? I hope I'm explaining things good enough, but...
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it doesn't work if you just quick save, quick load. It only works if you load the save from the main menu. So
Yeah, or enter another zone. You need to deload whatever is in memory, which kind of makes sense then again. But so this is the big room with the armor with the door, and now we skip that by just falling out of bounds, and because this is the perfect. There. Because of how the engine works, we will just pop up when we hit like a pre-designated floor, and we will just pop up in bounds again, so that the game doesn't, fall forever or whatever. Which is a pretty nice, pretty nice that they added that to all the Bethesda games.
it's kind of like a failsafe for if things fall out of bounds too much, then they just reset.
Yep. All right. So once in a while I'll run out of skooma and the game doesn't let me fast travel, like I said. Okay, so we are going back to this frost town where we just removed the Eye of Sauron, and we're gonna have to fight bigger Sauron right now. That's why we made the save as this church. Now we load up into the church so that the woman will be here without us having to run here. Because that's slightly faster.
I will call.
So we just say, yeah, we have enough people to fight the gates of hell. Except we have nobody, but that's fine. There will still be somebody. We will now do a big actual fight. And this takes a long time, and we're gonna fight a bunch of stuff. There's one fun thing we can do, though. So Martin is gonna arrive and, rally the troops, and I will try to summon a horse. We'll try to summon a horse by doing specific weights here. And then, if done correctly, we can get 2 horses floating in the air, and one of them will maybe die. So let's see. No, come on. Oh, damn it. Almost. Almost cool.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil.
So we need to close a bunch of gates.
Yeah, it's sort of like a big auto-scroller, even in this category, so...
Yeah. If we can skip this, it would be great.
Yep. There's another strat, but it's kind of inconsistent, that you attack Martin and aggro him and then just run away.
Yeah,
and just wait for all 4 gates to open, but it's kind of unfortunate if you go back and you have to fight all the enemies, but...
Yeah. Also, when we got the big Great Welkin Stone, we could have gotten a staff that would deal with enemies better than what we can currently do. But since we never fight that enemy, we don't have this powerful staff, and that would be an RNG drop anyway. So we just have to fight with our level 1 gear in this final quest. Luckily, they just fall over really easily, not without us really doing anything.
Yeah, it's kind of convenient also that we also run this game at the easiest difficulty.
Yeah.
It just makes the combat faster.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Makes something annoying and slow, just waiting, makes it bearable. Oh god. I need to be careful not to attack teammates, because that's really bad.
Yeah, also worth noting that Martin can die here, and that just gives you a pop-up the word is slain and everything is lost, and you just have to reload the save, so you have to be careful that Martin doesn't die here.
Yeah. There's also a part where the big Eye of Sauron is gonna open, and I need to kill some of them. That's only applicable to this category, though. Because if I let them live, I don't have a good weapon to kill them with in the later part. Ooh, I don't want to be a part of that. Cool. Oh, don't attack Martin.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Monkas.
Monkas. We're just trying to get rid of as many things as possible. But apart from the enemies themselves, we just need them to not cause damage. It's just a timer, so... Oh, is there another way? Oops. It's been a slight while since I did full runs, but I have de-rusted. Just don't remember how many waves exactly and stuff. Was a nice horse just running around in the cut.
Oh no.
Oh wait, are they mad now?
No.
Not mad.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
hope so. I hope they're not mad. So I would just usually I can just enter this big guy of Sauron, but I just want to kill a few more to make sure it's fine. Okay. So again, this is like the big final evil hell battle door. So we will have to do the fight, right? No. We do the same thing, we load back to the evil door and just load warp that again. And we will end up here just unlocking the gate from the inside again. And then it closes. It's amazing. It's so great. Imagine how horrible the run would be without that. So
Yeah,
I
it
just-
used to be like that in no auto bounds, but we managed to skip that too in that category, so it's pretty cool.
So I just need to make sure I don't kill teammates, because they'll be mad. Come on, finish them up. Thank you.
We won.
Okay, great. So something about Mankar Cameron. Oh, I should...
Well, my friend.
Cool. And now we just time travel back through the door inside the temple. And then we will wait a bit and Martin will be there. We will be sent to a place called... Why was he naked? We'll be
Yeah, that can happen, yeah,
Yeah.
with load warps.
Yeah, we will be sent to a place called Paradise. Where is Martin? He's not here. And we will have to like fight, I don't know, weird
I
enemies.
have
But because of Saddle Skedaddle, we just skip that, which is a really handy. So we just tell them yes, we want to enter the gates of heaven, and we drink our drugs, and then we go on an adventure. So we could have the thing we just entered is like a portal thing, and we could have loaded us sitting in a chair that we made earlier. Oh, that's loud. We could have gone through that, but the game would crash. You can't saddle skedaddle everywhere, only certain places and in certain ways. So we're gonna make a save here, and then load warp this door and the save we made in the meeting that we killed the guy for the book for. And now we're here at the top, at the end of the section. But we are the character that was in the chair in the meeting, so we don't have the quest at all. But if we now make a save and then load warp the guy that we made a save in the cave, we will be on the other side as the character we need to be. I hope this makes sense. But time traveling wizard, pretty much.
Yeah, basically you go back in time and go back in the future or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's pretty much it, right? It makes sense if so
Anyway, it just skips it, and that's all that matters.
yeah. So we just got the amulet back, even though we never had it, because the Emperor isn't dead,
You found it.
but he's just still in the prison, alive. But now we have the amulet, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go and fight the evil." No, Dragonfire skip is almost over, but after that we're gonna do any percent. Just so the timer won't end even though the game is over. We make a save at this door, and we will have a like cutscene thing with this guy who know who he is. Who cares?
Everything is ready.
Come on. You were running earlier.
I've been
Thank you. I need to wait for him to...
Martin.
Perfect. So now we made a save. The game took away our like movement, but if we load warp the character that doesn't have movement, we now are here, and you can see the enemies that will assault them in their cutscene soon. But we can just sit here and quick save, quick load to skip dialogue, and then we can exit the door before we're supposed to be able to. Hope that
It
makes
just
sense.
saves a couple of seconds of walking time backwards.
Yeah, if you do it fast enough at least, and obviously loading times. So it's slower RTA, but doing the strats as intended, as Todd intended. Right, so we're at the very end of the game. It's like, oh, evil monsters and stuff. We enter here and we just wait for Martin to arrive because we don't need to help him and fight stuff. He'll just he'll manage, right?
We're too
Oh, there
late.
you are. Cool. Wait for this quest. Perfect. Wait there. And talk to him.
I do.
So this would be the end of any percent no Dragonfire skip. But this was horribly slow, Salmon, right?
That was very slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, I can reset the timer.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So now that would be the end of a no Dragonfire skip run. But I'm going to show you how fast we can do any percent. You remember when we left the sewers and I made the save? We're going to start from there again, from here. So instead of doing all of that buying drugs and all of this crazy stuff, here's our Redguard friend again. Instead of doing all of it, we're just going to leave. We're going to leave the sewers, fast travel to that place, the temple we were just in. Right here. But none of the quest has done anything. We haven't done anything. We just left the sewers. We haven't done any of the quests. We're just gonna go to this corner of the temple and we're gonna clip through it. But that doesn't do anything. We need to interact with the door to go through the door, right? Inside here is nothing. You know, there's just an empty space. Why did I go here? Well, Todd in all his glory made the 1D door in the floor. If I interact with that, do you remember this place? Yes, it's the end of the game. But again, we don't have the quest, right? We can't do anything. Oh. I just have the last quest in the game.
Yeah, convenient.
That's convenient. I'm just gonna wait here. Is Martin actually gonna arrive, even though he doesn't even exist yet? Alright, this might actually not work because of how Martin breaks when you do a run. Oh no, he's here! Oh, yes! Thank you for arriving. And then we need to wait for a quest update. Please do it. Don't break, Oblivion. Oh, yes! Amazing. So now we wait, he runs to his spot, and now we talk to him again!
I do what...
And that's time! Perfect!
Good
Balls. Just Havrd things.
I actually didn't think of that. This shouldn't have worked. Because Martin should break when you finish the game. Right, so something, a Phoenix and a Demon Man. Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what happens here.
Yeah, so any percent is 3 minutes and 15 seconds, I think, long. Meanwhile, no Dragonfire skip is 23 minutes or something. 24, I don't remember. So that's how much time we skip. So yeah, next up is Dragon Age by Letters, I think. Letters is great, it's gonna be really fun. And thank you again, Salman. Thank you for stepping up.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Havrd.
Thank you, Sajiki. So have fun, and I'll be doing other runs later, potentially. But now, Dragon Age and later Valley. Valley's gonna be cool later today.
Dagon is defeated.